Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 2011. Um, it's the day after the Christmas holiday, you know, and all that. It's actually a couple days after. It's the first business day after. So market is pretty light right now. I mean, volume is pretty light. There's 308,000 so far that have traded hands this morning. That's a pretty light volume day so far. That said, we did not have many trades set up this morning in the live trading room. There was one YM trade that we actually took right here. You can see it was a losing trade. We lost 7 ticks per contract on that. Let me show that. Here it is, minus 21 ticks. We had 3 contracts on it, and we lost 7 ticks per contract on that trade. Alright, that was the only trade we took this morning. We attempted to take another trade, but you can see the market from early on, it got right up here into the weekly trading zone, and it stayed there most of the morning session, for an hour. Anyway, for more than half of the morning session, it got into that area there and stayed there. I'll go over how the market actually came together. We opened up here below the elbow and below the BBC, but right above a weekly trading zone, so we were not going to trade short into the weekly trading zone. Then we broke the elbow to the upside, and we were attempting to get long right in here in this area, but this bar right here, because of the higher close right there, the higher high, or it's actually a lower high pivot is what it is, giving us, let me just show you, it went like this. It allowed us to draw a trend line down the tops. Okay, we don't want to go long when we have that. We want to be going long only when we have a trend line up the tops. Something like this. Alright, so we had to wait until we got a higher swing in there. Once we did get the higher swing in, it was pulling back right here, but it was going right into the zone. So again, we couldn't trade right there. We were waiting. We got a higher swing in right here. Again, the BBC is going right into the zone, so we couldn't take any trades here on the ES. We were waiting and waiting and waiting, and when this it was finally rejected from the zone, a little bit rejected from the zone. It got pushed down a little down to here, pulled back up. The BBC was inside the box at that time. We did not take that trade. At the same time, over here on the YM, the trade set up, and we took this trade. All right, we went short here at the BBC on the YM with 7 ticks risk. It came up and it stopped us out. I'm pretty sure it stopped us out, a couple ticks beyond our risk. We had 7 ticks. I think that put our risk at 36, and it went up to 39 before it dropped down to the BBC down here at 25. Either way, it didn't move in either direction with any kind of momentum. Now we looked at other markets in the live training room this morning, in the live trading room. The 10K didn't give us anything here to trade. And the 2100 tick, let me bring that up, and I'll show you guys on the 2100 tick. Here it comes, the 2100 tick. We didn't really have anything we could do over here on the 2100 tick either. The best opportunity, it seems, came when we weren't looking at it right here. I think we had support on the 10K right down here, so the Mike R trade, you see this was the support level down here, so we weren't looking to go short based on this pullback and move right here. We weren't looking to go long based on this because we had resistance right up there, and there was just no opportunity here on the 2100 tick this morning. So that was the 2100. The 10K didn't have anything. The 4 tick range only had this one George trade right here that would still be going had we taken the trade. It would still be live from about an hour ago. Or a half hour ago, something like that. It would have been right in here at 61.25. The stop would have been up here at 63.25. The target would be down here at 59.25. So if George took that trade, he's still in it. We also looked at, let me bring up some other charts here. We looked at the Russell this morning. On the this is a 10 tick range. Sorry, it's a 10 tick range chart. We just looked at the Russell. We didn't trade it, but what we were looking at from the market open, price pulled up above the MA1 and back down to it right here with everything going in the same direction. All right. Then over here on the short side, price pulled away from the MA1 and back up to it right here with everything going in the proper direction. And right here, price moved up too quickly here for it to pull back for us. You see the blue line is now not below everything else. So we didn't really get anything there on the 10-tick range in this last move. And let me bring up one other market for you. 6E. I know I have one of those running here. ES 4-tick range. Hang on, I'll find it. Oh, okay. It was this. We looked at the NQ as well. All right, this is the NQ on a 30-minute. What we were looking at here on the NQ was just the changes in the trend change. You know, when the elbow's up, you're looking for long opportunities from red to white to blue. So we had that well, it wasn't actually this morning, but red to white to blue is what had happened. Looking at it on a faster time frame. Let me switch it down to a 4-tick range. And in this case, you would be looking for the divergences with the elbow in the proper direction. Price pulled away from and back to the BBC right here was an opportunity for a long. There was another one right here for a long. Opportunity for a short was right in here. All right, and we went over these opportunities as well on the NQ. We have a partner that likes the NQ, and we also had some folks on the trial that were interested in the NQ. We also looked at the 6E, but the last time we looked at the 6E, it was looking a lot like the ES and not really moving. See, we really didn't have any movement in here. The one opportunity was right here. All right, we had bullish divergence, price pulled away from and back down to the BBC for the move up. All right, and that was pretty much it. We had a gap up over here. That was pretty much it, guys. We didn't take any of those trades. Okay, but that's where it all ended. Does anybody have any questions about any of this? So we ended the morning session minus 7 ticks per contract on the YM. All right, or minus 21 ticks on the YM. All right. If everybody's good with that, I will stop the recording here, and nobody has any questions.